To end up doing such a big show in London was incredible.
2,000 people, Aaron show. I couldn't get the grin off my face.
You could see every face.
The pinnacle.
The best show.
This is good. I like this.
It was great. It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. The tour that we'd been on was, well, called the X Tour, because that was the album that we were promoting at the time. But the tour itself had been running, well, for quite a few months, I think, at that point.
We'd been touring for the X album for about 14 months, I think, and we'd had a small break, and we went back just for a 3-week sort of stint in that summer in July of '91.
I don't think tired, I don't think is quite the right word at that point, as I think that we were actually on quite a good roll. We were playing really well and really enjoying the concerts that we were doing.
We did headlined a whole bunch of festivals. We played Berlin for the first time. We played Vienna for the first time.
It was probably one of the longest tours we did in the whole scheme of things. You know, sure, we had a few weeks off here and there, but really we were out for a really long time. And it was kind of the culmination and the end of it. So from that point of view, I think we could sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we were running for it, you know what I mean?
You could see that the band were getting to that point where they had that playing momentum, that rapport on stage that had come from so many years. So by the time that we got to knowing we were playing Wembley, so the band was playing Wembley Stadium and we were going to record it, everyone was very, very confident.
I remember going out to the stadium the day before for sort of sound check. We had to do it the day before because the show obviously started sort of around lunchtime on the day, and we got out there and just seeing Wembley Stadium sort of empty, but just I've never seen so many people and vans and trucks and just equipment and cameras, and it was actually, I think that kind of gave me more butterflies going out to do the sound check that day than actually the day of the show, just because it was sort of like, whoa, it is big, it's going to be huge.
I'm not really a big fan of sound checks. So look, don't get me wrong, I like to make sure everything's working properly and that we have the best sort of, sound possible and all that sort of stuff. And I do it when that's the reason. But when the tour's up and running, and you're doing the same sort of gigs every night, shouldn't really be a need for it, because it just means you've got to hang around the show ages before, and I find that kind of tiring, I personally like to just get there, walk out, do my thing, split.
Hey, another sound check.
When we got to the stadium for sound check, when I sort of came through the bottom part where the barricade is for the safety barricade in front of the stage, and looked back, I realised, okay, I think we've really outdone ourselves here. A lot of PA, a lot of lights, and even just the stage production was already pretty extensive. We went really wide because we had scrims with the side of the stage and big PA, and it's pretty massive, yeah.
Sound checking at Wembley was actually a trip, I'd sound check there again tomorrow, even without playing a gig afterwards. We had enough crew there to fill out a small club here,
This is me leaving.
You know, mate, I'll drive.
We did do a run of shows at Wembley Arena. Not that long before that. I can't remember how many it was, maybe 5 or 6, something like that. But we never sort of, I don't think the idea was to say, well, we're going to do these shows at Wembley Arena and then go do this Wembley Stadium show. I think what happened was just the interest in the band was swelling and building, and we thought, well, why not? You know, so we ended up doing that. It was fairly organic, I think, actually.
The feeling was, this is Wembley. We'd all seen Wembley as kids in one shape or another, whether it was a Live Aid, whether it was an FA Cup final. So the idea of this Australian band from the northern beaches of Sydney getting to a point of playing a show like this, there was a lot of pressure. But the pressure was a very confident pressure. And so it really felt like this was going to be the one. And there were certain things that we did before the show that we were so confident about that we knew it was happening. Like we booked recording time the next day to do another song. Andrew and I and Michael were working, and with the rest of the band, actually working on a song called Shining Star during sound checks and things like that. But all at that same point, knowing that Wembley Stadium was around the corner and going to happen.
Growing up as a kid, there was only a few venues that reached you back on your black and white television back here in the 70s, and that one was Wembley Stadium, the other was Madison Square Garden, so you'd already kind of played multiple nights at Madison Square Garden, so to finally get to Wembley Stadium and to sell it out, and it really felt like we'd really achieved something quite amazing.
Come over here.
Michael, she's lusted after him for years. She has lusted after him. It's been a nightmare at school. The video is on all the time. Everyone in the house. That's good because he'll know at last.
I've got all the videos. My mum's expecting the wedding soon. Okay?
She wants him around for tea just to see if he's alright.
I'm actually 5 foot. I hear you like short girls. So.
God's legend.
Right, favourite band, who do you think? INXS of Ross. Check out the t-shirts, 1, 2, 3, and one other one underneath in the bottom as well.
I think what to us was really quite overwhelming too was that show of support from our London fans and from the British fans that INXS has. It was really great. It was amazing. It was I couldn't believe it.
Who have we come to see? INXS! Who have we come to see?
The whole Wembley show really was sort of it was almost a very emotional thing in that we'd had a hard time in England with the press for years. In fact, at one point we actually decided to sort of ban the UK going there for, I think, for about 18 months or something, because we just got so sick of the press, I guess the English Australian rivalry or whatever. So in some ways, selling out Wembley was kind of a, sort of like, take that. The media can be very harsh on you there, and I think we perhaps got the wrong idea of the feeling from normal people, towards the group. So, I think that worked out really well.